I came with this stack of books. During our relationship, he'd give me books. They were so pretentious. There was this sci-fi one. I forget what it was called, but some guy lives on this planet and they're running out of food. And they go to this bountiful land that has a spice that can save their whole galaxy. But first, he has to learn the ways of this female tribe to get it. Why couldn't one of the girls from the tribe just save the galaxy? Why did some white guy write about another white guy who is able to use this group even though they had to meet the means to solve the problem? The story didn't even need this dude. It's so infuriating. So anyway, there were all these stupid guidebooks I've accumulated, and I show up to his door with them because I don't want or need them taking up space. And he has no idea. Just stares at me with this childish look in his eyes. You could almost pity. It irritated me so much, but I didn't want to be mean and show it, so I just marched right past him, upstairs, and sat on the couch in this attic space we'd spend a ton of time in. I mean, our whole relationship lived in that room. We used to go up there and watch movies, do puzzles, and eat dinner. I spent so much time in that room. And when I think about who I was at the beginning of the relationship and now, I feel like myself, but more drained. I'm so tired. I was always tired. I used to come over and he'd immediately ask me to drop him off somewhere in a joking tone, or order the food, or help him fold laundry, as if we were deep enough in the relationship to just use each other. And maybe he was ready to use me, but I don't want to be used, and I didn't want to use him. We've been dating for less than a year. Well, nearly a year, I guess, but it didn't make any sense to me that everything that comes at the beginning of a relationship had already slipped. No more, how are you? Or can you please do this for me? Or even just appreciating those little things people do for each other because, well, the use is reciprocated. It was at the point I was expected to give, keep giving, and for what? For fucking sci-fi books and eating Chinese food in the attic? So I sit on the couch and put the books aside and say, I'm not the person for you. I'm not. And he got so upset instantly. No vocalization, but snap. That look on his face said everything. He knew I meant business because when this usually happens, I become the person who's comforting him. Even if it's me who has the issue, because I can't take the silence, and he resorts to self-pity. But this time, I just sat and stared and waited. I seeped into the silence like someone who's relaxing in a hot tub, and waited for something to show. Something that told me he was having a realization or understanding of why. Finally, he said some shit, and then some other shit, and then something along the lines of, well, if you don't want to fix this. And I thought that was hilarious, because why would I fix what he never saw as broken? It was like he'd taken some crappy dialogue from a movie and spewed it out at me, but there wasn't any substance to it. He had all these insecurities, and I wasn't the person to help him through them. I have my own shit. I have my own Shit! Why was he like that? Why didn't he know the second I walked in the door? Why else would I have returned all the books at once? How could he not have known? I know someone is out there who is better suited to deal with his flaws. And I know if he was really the one, I could compromise and let myself be used by him. But I just can't. And he wouldn't take the books, so now what? They're just going to sit here and take up space and time that didn't do anything for me. I didn't want them. I didn't want them.